teacher and parent of a graduate. Sue Mullis, DCPS employee and parent of a graduate. Debbie Ashley, DCPS retired teacher. David Dean, DCPS retired teacher. Mayor Sean Lynch, the mayor of Baldwin. Community partners, Pastor Chris Drum and Chrissy Drum from First Baptist Church of Baldwin. Pastor Bert Hudson and Lori Hudson from Baldwin Assembly of God. Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome our distinguished guests.
We would also like to recognize some of the special guests who are sitting in our audience. Please stand as you are recognized. Mr. and Mrs. Flowers, parents of our valedictorian. Mr. and Mrs. Wen, parent of our salutatorian. The faculty and staff of Baldwin Middle Senior High School have seen us mature over the last 7 years. They have allowed us to grow and have been patient with us. We appreciate the direction they have given us. Will the faculty and staff please wave so we may express our appreciation? Ladies and gentlemen, please look around you, the Baldwin Middle Senior High School faculty and staff.
Parents and guardians, words cannot express the appreciation, love, and respect we have for you. We hope that as we share this special day, you will know how much you mean to us. We know you are the ones who have encouraged us to work hard to achieve our goals. Will the parents and guardians of the class of 2020 please stand? Seniors, please be seated. At this time, I would like to welcome our class salutatorian, Tony Nguyen.
Thank you, Savannah. Instead of discussing how disappointing this year has been for every senior at Baldwin and in the country, I will instead focus on the biggest and brightest moments of our time here at Baldwin Middle Senior High. Throughout the years, there were many occasions that occurred for the first time. One of my earliest memories here is 7th grade in Mr. Schaefer's science class. At my table sat Jack Denmark, Ian Nunziata, and Blake Williams, who were my first group of friends. During this time, I was an extremely introverted kid who only spoke when needed. The three of them eventually got me to be more comfortable around them as we were cracking jokes constantly, too graphic for me to speak on as we were pre-puberty at that time. I would be lying if I said we didn't hop on Mr. Schaefer's head a couple times. In old people's terms, we put him in his place despite what he says. It was in 7th grade that I joined my first sports team, being the middle school soccer team. Of course, I wasn't good by any standards, but I enjoyed playing, and for the first and only time, picking up the soccer ball with my bare hands at the start of the game, causing the other team to score their first point 30 seconds in. As I graduated to my first year in high school, I was soon met with my first AP test, my first C in the grade book, and my first report card butt spanking. Although my first failure literally hurt me, I eventually got over it because as a kid, you can actually get away with anything if you play your cards right. Or at least that's what I thought at the time. Of course, I remember the events that helped connect everyone together, such as our first prep rally. I didn't know what was going on at the time, which was why I was yelling randomly at the most inconvenient times. There was also my first football game, which was fun, but God knew I only went for the snow cones and hot dogs. For the summer of 2017, my family and I made plans to go to Vietnam to visit my grandparents. Upon hearing this, Savannah Johnson and Olivia Humphrey drew pictures that would prevent me from getting deported so that I can get back into the country. Although it seemed like it was going to work, thinking back, there was no way a drawing of me with Hollister clothing was going to stop them if there were hiccups on the way back. Not only that, the two of them would force me to dress up as a girl for a class project. The evil pair put me in a wig and dished out a good amount of makeup to make me feel like the Joker at the time. Admittedly, saying that I was embarrassed would be a huge understatement. There is also my first inspirational quote that I memorized. As my dog Mr. Wells would say, age does not bring maturity. Boy, if I would have just listened to those words, I wouldn't have lost 10 years of my lifespan from all of the dumb ideas that I've had and continue to fulfill. As I formed more friendships and memories, it began to hit me that there were going to be many lasts our senior year, hence the name senior. Of course, there were fun occasions such as our last prep rally and our last football game. However, nothing made me more depressed to be old than our last soccer season together. It made me realize how many moments I and many others took for granted. Moments like going to the skate park to launch Coke bottles with Mentos 40 feet into the air, or celebrating with the opposing team every loss, but going home sad for every win. I even scored my first and last goal against Baker County, as I was too much for their defense to handle alone. Which was why it only took one step on my toe to put me out of the game for a couple minutes. As I end my speech, I hope that everyone in the class of 2020 will continue to pursue their passions and be successful in life. I am glad that I had the chance to form a bond and friendship with almost every senior you see today. In fact, I have no doubts that this graduation class will move on to bigger and better things because class of 2020, finish my words, started from the bottom. That's kind of weak. I guess we're still there then. All jokes aside, I would like to thank my parents for creating a somewhat normal child that was able to get a mediocre GPA. Of course, none of us would be here today without every single faculty member involved in our education. Let's not forget the brains behind every operation at our school, Dr. Hall. Let's give her a round of applause for keeping us under control and helping us to succeed past our expectations. At this time, please welcome our class valedictorian, Curtis Alex Flowers.
Thank you, Tony. Good morning, everyone. Real quick, before I came up here, they did ask me to make a quick announcement. If you drive a squatted Chevy Silverado, you have left your lights on. I'm going to need you guys to narrow it down a little bit. That could be a number of the people behind me. It is an honor to be giving this speech. I would like to begin with a few short thank you messages. I would first and foremost like to thank God and His Son and our Savior, Jesus Christ. I would not be where I am without them. I would also like to thank my parents. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for countless years of support and encouragement through both sorrow and joy. You have raised me to be strong and ready for anything life could throw at me. I would also like to thank all of the Baldwin teachers and staff who has worked tirelessly to prepare us for our future and give us the best high school experience. You have truly shown us what it means to be a part of the Baldwin family. All right, now that the thank yous are out of the way, I do have a few apologies. Mrs. Dunryer, I hope you're here or listening online somewhere. You were an amazing English teacher, but as I'm sure you can attest to from reading all my work, this speech will be riddled with spelling and grammatical errors. Also, Ms. Dunryer, quite like all the work I did for your class and essays I turned in, this was completed the day before it was due as well. Apologize to Ms. Kirk as well. She may have told me numerous times that my speech does not require a title. However, I have decided to give it one anyways. The speech is titled Rules for Life. I've settled on this title because this speech is an outline of basic rules to be reminded of that can help bring order to our chaotic lives. And I would have never learned these rules if not for my time at Baldwin. If you have been a close friend of mine and came to me in search of comfort or advice at a time of disorder or chaos in your life, you will recognize some of these rules. Rule number 1, always write in pen. As a nervous freshman, a number of us, including myself, found ourselves placed in our newest challenge of taking an AP class. However, our first day in high school proved to us that the AP Human and Geography exam is not what we should have been scared of. Instead, it was having Coach Graham bright and early first period, 7 a.m. Coach Graham introduced us into the experience of taking an AP class, but the simple change that became the biggest struggle was writing all our essays in pen. In middle school, we wrote our essays in pencils, and wrongly placed commas or misspelled words could easily be hidden by an eraser. However, the AP exam mandated that we write all our essays in pen, and, in the words of Coach Graham, it's a little easier on his old eyes. But writing in pen soon became a preference for me, not because it was easier to read, but because it made me notice my mistakes. A scribbled out misspelling was no longer hidden by an eraser. The rule always write in pen has nothing to do with how you write your essays, but it does have to do with how you go about your life. Do not be afraid to make mistakes. We are not meant to be perfect. Your life is like a piece of paper, and the scribbles and scratches and misspelled words are what make you who you are and define your life. So please, if you make a mistake, scratch it out, move on, and learn from it. So please, always write in pen. Rule number 2, make friends with people who want what's best for you. The old saying goes, you can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. The important part of that saying is that you can pick your friends, and the friends you choose will make you who you are. At a time like this, when many of us are about to enter into unknown territory or move to strange new cities, it is very likely that we will soon be making new friends outside of the Baldwin walls. And the friends that you make at college or wherever your life may take you after this will not be the last friends you make either. Psychology studies show that your parents are only your biggest influence until age 5. After you turn 5, your peers become the largest influence on your life. So choose those influences wisely. Choose to be friends with people who want what's best for you. Choose to be friends with those who want things to be better, not worse. It is not selfish for you to choose people who are good for you, and in the same light, it is praiseworthy to associate with people whose lives would improve if yours does as well. So after tonight, when you enter into the real world and make new friends all across the globe, make friends with people who want the best for you. Rule number 3, compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not who someone else is today. In my time at Baldwin, this rule was the hardest for me. No matter how good you are at something, no matter how many hours you practice, there will always be someone who makes you look like an amateur. There will always be someone who runs faster, writes better, or, and trust me, I dealt with this one, is more good-looking than you. However, your focus should never be on how successful you are compared to someone else. The person you're comparing yourself to is also not the best at everything they do. Make your focus instead on being better than the person who got out of your bed this morning. Find what is bothering you and what is fixable and work to fix those nuisances. Ask yourself, what could I do to make my life a little better? And at the end of every day, evaluate the person you are compared to who you were yesterday and work to best that past self. And rule number 4, you cannot always control everything around you, but what you have control over, have absolute control over. As I'm sure my entire class can attest to, if you would have asked us what our graduation ceremony would have been like at the beginning of this year, we would not have given you the right answer. Life is full of unpredictable variables and events that we do not have control over. And I regret to inform you, but the coronavirus pandemic will not be the last time things do not go your way. You cannot control everything in life, but you can control how you adapt and handle the issues and obstacles that come in your way. Life is not about how hard you can hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and get back up. So get back up each time you get knocked down. Do not let others tell you what you can and cannot accomplish. You cannot control where you start, but your choices do control where you finish. You are in control of your success, and if you are in control of it, choose to have great success. Class of 2020, a pandemic that radically altered our senior year was out of our control. But what is in our control is what we do next. So it is time that we take the next step in the journey of life. After today, we are no longer high school students, but instead, we are productive members of society. Which brings me to the last and final rule. Never forget where you came from. When we enter the next chapter of our journey, let us not forget the values that Baldwin has bestowed upon us. Let us not forget the morals that Baldwin has bestowed upon us. While this is a small town school, it has been the catalyst for big dreams and big ambition. We must not lose the morals and principles that we have learned from this school, because they are the foundational tools to our future success. This school has truly made us who we are. It has truly made us future leaders of society, and it has truly prepared us for the next step in our lives. But most importantly, it has truly made us Baldwin strong. Thank you. At this time, I would like to welcome Senior Class President Savannah Johnson to give the final farewell address.
Thank you, Alex. Good morning, everyone. Dr. Hall, faculty, students, family, and friends and I would first like to thank you again. Without all of your love and support, we wouldn't be here on this field today. We walked into this school as young and mindless kids, but now we stand here in front of you as adults. Here at Baldwin, we've made friends that turned into family, especially including who most of us refer to as our school mom, Miss Kirk. Along with memories that will last a lifetime. I know this is not the graduation we all expected to have, but we finally made it. After all the ups and downs of high school, especially this past year, being here today is such an accomplishment. During the class of 2020's time here at Baldwin, we have raised the school's overall grade, won a few state championships, and definitely beat every other class in having the most senior skip days. The class of 2020 will never be able to forget Ms. Tritt telling us to put on our IDs every morning, even though we never did, Dr. Hall's heartwarming smiles, Mr. Wells telling us that age doesn't bring maturity, Coach Graham's sly comments that you could only help but laugh at, and Ms. Kirk's guidance that you never felt was right, but mostly always was. It's been a challenging yet enjoyable 4 years for our class, but I'm so proud to be able to call you all of my Baldwin family. For the last time, the class of 2020 wants to remind you all of what it is to be part of the tribe. Try your best, respect everyone, inspire others, bring your A game every day. Farewell to the class of 2020. At this time, please welcome to the podium our principal, Dr. Denise Hall.
At this time, I would like to welcome Dr. Green, Superintendent, to join me at the podium. Welcome. Our Baldwin family. Dr. Green, I am proud to present to you the Baldwin Middle Senior High School Class of 2020. Each student here assembled has completed all the requirements as prescribed by the Duval County School Board and the state of Florida, and is hereby entitled to receive a high school diploma or a certificate of completion. Dr. Hall, by the authority vested in me by the state of Florida and the Duval County School Board, and as the superintendent of schools, I pronounce upon those of you who have completed the necessary requirements, graduates of the Duval County school system, and confer upon each of you all rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations to the class of 2020. So let me say this. Class, please stand. At that moment, you are truly graduates. Congratulations. At this time, please welcome Martrell Baldwin, Senior Class Representative.
Please be seated. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As seniors, we have worked hard to make this past year one we will remember forever. Definitely the most important part of the year is now. On behalf of the graduates of Baldwin Middle Senior High School, we are requesting that everyone in attendance assist us in making our commencement a memorable and dignified ceremony. It is because of all of you, our parents and guardians, family and friends, that we have made it here today. Nearly 2 decades of hard work, laughter, love, and even some tears have led up to this morning. This is certainly a monumental occasion in each of our lives, a once-in-a-lifetime event as we celebrate this accomplishment. we would like to remind everyone the importance of hearing each and every graduate's name announced. With that being said, we, the class of 2020, ask that everyone in the audience please turn off all cell phones and electronic devices, and please remain silent while each graduate's name is called. Each of us has waited 13 years to hear our names called and walk across this stage. Thank you in advance for your cooperation.
Savannah Nicole Remmel.
Ian Eiler.
Cheyenne Mackenzie Baker.
Kamari Colbert.
Tony Nguyen.
Jarrett Hendricks.
Curtis Alexander Flowers.
Callie Renee Stoddard.
Savannah Ray Johnson.
Michaela Marie Collins.
Montrell Bradham Jr.
Catherine Dobbins.
Theodis Cornelius Harris III.
Tori Michaela Goodman.
Tori Elizabeth Martin.
Haley Marie Clore.
Sydney Diane Smith.
Catherine Kayla Boyle.
Jessica May Hammers.
Jordan Michelle Hartung.
Chloe Ann Gidcombe.
Andrew Orlando Sapp.
Deja Tamia Temple.
Taylor Lynn Carlson.
Kamari Lachelle Ferguson.
Marissa Renee Ricky.
Jeffrey Lewis Custer. Xavier Jabbar McGriff.
Savannah Pepitone.
Audrey Nicole Randall.
Tori Lee Frame. Autumn Marie Harrell.
Justin Stephen Moore.
Katie Anna Ellis.
Molly Ann Watts.
Alexander Reddick.
Jonathan Santiago.
Anisha Ashley Edwards.
Aaliyah Brooke Heimer.
Mandrill Eugene Butler Jr.
Tylen Jasmine Jobo.
Olivia K. Humphrey.
Kaylee Elizabeth Bradley.
Spencer Riley Dennis.
Jacob Akel.
Leslie James King.
Zachary Blake Stoddard.
Kayla Simone Murray.
Anna Moore.
Kason Ahmad Armster.
Brennan Case.
Tori Lee Frame.
Victoria Gracie Mixon. David Joseph Graham.
Austin Dylan Zaparo.
Jared Troy Mullis.
Stormy Nicole Finicum.
Brittany Marie Brost.
Lindsay Joe Farley.
Shelby Lynn George.
Jamie Lynn McCree.
Kaylee Mackenzie Curtis.
Chloe Elizabeth Bunn.
Isabella Kai Michelle Salinas. Terrell Antonio Pryor. Delia Aliciana Cuevas. Hannah Brooke Swords.
Colton Chase Williams.
Tamia Danielle Jacobs.
Trevor Dalton Humphreys.
Kadrina Alexandria Jerome.
Philip James Duckworth.
Chase Garrett Olson.
Neil Irwin Jr.
Jenna Eve Riggs.
Brandon James Harris.
Gage Austin Phillips.
Justin Chase Wilfong.
Jack Andrew Denmark.
Aaron Sims.
Dakota Charles Peeler.
Troy Anthony Goodlow.
Ian Vincent Annunciata. Alexis Katia Dukes.
Christian Pardo.
Maurice Dwayne Nobles.
Austin Blake Williams.
Amias Marcel Porter.
Richard Earl Duckworth Jr.
Janice Tamara Strozer.
Connor Scott Smith.
Tavion Anthony Sutton.
Bryce Harlan Smith.
Jared Deshawn Vicente.
Brett Allen Thiem.
Joseph Dylan Fennel.
Kayla Nicole Millar.
Brianna Nicole Bell.
Haley Meisner.
Garrett Thompson.
Taylor Jade Smith.
Mason Johns.
Kayla Janelle Nieves.
Christopher Brown.
Michaela Williams.
Jordan Sinai Red.
Michaela Ann Myers.
Jada Simone Red.
Frank Kalani Shoemaker Little.
Zachary Thomas Norris.
Anderson Taylor Hinson.
Zachary Gordon.
Elisa Renee Creo.
Hannah Michelle Fiegel.
Sierra Joyce Davis.
Leah Kristen Domingo.
Taylor Smith Penny.
Adalis Warren.
Nalia Nelson.
Lauren Danielle Powers.
Asia Amani Odoms.
Zara Lorelai Casey.
Ada Hernandez Castellanos.
Clayton Randall Smith. Dylan Keene. Abigail Saraspi Dickey.
Tyree Reed.
Jasmine Nicole Armstrong.
Christian Sanderson.
Seth Xavier Perkins. Mackenzie Taylor Bishop.
Shandice Danielle Griffin.
James Matthew Ellison.
It's a long walk this year, but worth the time. Baldwin family, at this time, please welcome the Otis Harris Senior Class Representative.
I would like to ask the Baldwin class of 2020 graduates to please stand. As we embark on this new chapter of our lives, I pray that we take the courage, determination, and the inspiration that we learned from Baldwin and apply it to any obstacle that tries to get in our way. This is our chance to make the most of what the world has to offer. There's not a minute left to waste. Seniors at this time, graduates, please move your tassel from the right to the left to signify this rite of passage.
Okay, graduates, not time to toss your hats yet. It's not time yet. If you would be seated. Love you too. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to take a moment of your time. I haven't seen these young people. See if I can get untangled. I have not seen these young people, most of them since March, so I'm going to take a few minutes to spend some time with them. Class, y'all are special. Don't let anybody take that away from you. COVID, the world, each other. We knew you were special when you were in 6th grade. We saw it. I remember when you hit the 9th grade and the teachers were so excited. And then as a senior class, we knew you were going to excel. We knew you were going to be different. In fact, I remember last summer sitting in my conference room and we were so thrilled that our 100th anniversary fell on this class. Little did we know. What an anniversary. If you will look in your diploma covers, you will find an envelope. Now, we've been giving challenge coins to graduates for the last 4 years. But this year, we had one made specially for you, not for any other class to have in the past or the future. But I do want to remind you of a few things. The challenge coin is to remind you where you came from, and to remind you of the people who believe in you and who have invested in you and will continue to do both. On one side, you'll find some of the characteristics that we think you already hold, but we want you to carry with you into the world. On the other side, it says 100 years. That's because you are our anniversary class. Please know that we love you and Dr. Hall loves you. And I haven't cried yet, okay? Class, would you please stand? I love them too. Class, so excited for you. Baldwin family, let me once again introduce the graduating class, the 100th year anniversary class of 2020. Give them a round of applause. Go.